You are looking live at Normandy and Lakewood on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday night. And if it's Friday night, that means there's basketball at the corner of Bunsen Franklin. Pat Hayes, Grant Graves with you on the Lakewood Sports Channel, presented by First Federal of Lakewood. And Pat, it's been a rough start to the year for the Rangers, but I know the team has really been excited to start GLC play. They get an opportunity tonight with the Invaders coming to town.
Yeah, it's a new season for the Rangers. You got to put those games behind you, really move forward here. Now, let's win this season.
The Rangers will have a tall task in front of them with Normandy coming into this game. Normandy will present a couple different challenges. We'll talk about them and your keys to the game. But moreover, I think Lakewood will be happy to not see a team ranked in the top 20 in Northeast Ohio. They took on St. Edwards in the opener, lost that one by a score of 84-37, lost to Brush 87-25, lost to Medina at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse the other night 76-31. But they put up a good fight in most of those games. There's just a ton of Division I talent on a lot of those teams. So coming in tonight, how do you expect that speed that they've faced in the first three games to help them settle into this game?
I mean, you can't, replicate that. So, the practice they got against those guys are huge should slow the game down tonight. You should be able to see the game a little bit slower, handle pressure, and, execute a little bit better against a Normandy team.
Well, it was a great experience for Lakewood to go down to Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse the other day. We know the players and the coaches and everybody who had a chance to go down there really enjoyed that opportunity. And, boy, it was special for the kids. But you come back to your home gym. There's something about being here at Lakewood, opening up conference play. And you kind of look at the schedule so far. You played those tough teams for a reason, and that's because you want a challenge for that GLC East crown. And if you look at it, Parma's been pretty darn impressive early on with a few wins so far over Buckeye and a win over North Royalton. They could probably be considered the favorite at this early part of the season. Buckeye's going to be really tough, but Normandy and Lakewood will have a say in it before it's all said and done.
Yeah, the GLC is always a dogfight. I mean, anyone can come out of it. I mean, Fairview's playing well. I've seen Westlake
on the other side of the division.
Yeah.
That will be a tough one as well, as Lakewood will be in the East.
Yes. I'm just saying in general, because at the end of the year, there is that tournament.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, there's a lot of good teams all over, but you're right. I mean, any given night, any team can win in the GLC.
Well, it will be a good one tonight from Lakewood High School, and Lakewood had some good performances over these couple of losses that they've endured to start the season. Namely, Akeem Karan has really been scoring the ball well. Scored 11 points against Medina and St. Ed's, and while that may not break any records in the Lakewood record book, to score in double digits against both those really tough defenses says a little bit about how Hakeem has started this season. And his shooting hasn't even come along. He's done a lot of that at the free throw line. He's done a lot of that at the rim. So if his shooting comes alive tonight, watch out.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it early in the season. He's got to get his basketball legs under him. Stud running back this season, broke a ton of records. But it's a different game. I mean, it's a little bit quicker pace. He's going up north-south in football. Now he's got to go a little east-west. So let's get those legs under him, shoot some threes, because he shot the ball really well last season. So love to see him get back to that.
And I won't say the number out loud, but there were a lot of turnovers against Medina. It's a big court. It's a high tempo day when you're playing at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Everybody's excited, right? One of the things Lakewood's going to want to do tonight, and that will start with Karan getting his looks going downhill, but it starts with Michael Hamden running the point a little bit tonight with Miles Harper out. It starts with Andre Hollenberg. They got to protect the basketball.
Oh, 100%. They got to protect the ball. And as we kind of spoke on earlier, it should look a little bit slower against the Normandy team. Not discrediting Normandy at all, but those three teams that we played earlier, they brought really good pressure. So they should be able to handle pressure a little bit better today.
Let's talk about Normandy and their stud on their side, and that is number 5, Matt Dunn. You're going to have to find Matt Dunn on the court tonight. We were at practice yesterday taking in a little bit of the game planning. I actually got out on the court to run a few sets. Hey, numbers are low right now. The infirmary is taking up a lot of space right now. But one thing Coach Kamak was saying, you cannot go under screens. You cannot give him any room, any space, because he is a knockdown sharpshooter for the Normandy Invaders.
He can really shoot it, and he'll shoot it whenever. If you give him a little bit of space, he's going to take the shot. He's their go-to guy, and then they got guys on the glass that can clean it up even if he misses one and put it back for him.
And Lakewood will really look to keep him in check. He's had some big games this year. He had 16 points against Brooklyn in a win. That was the Normandy Invaders' last win, was against Brooklyn, 57-54. A close one. Nice game by Dunn. He had 16 points in that one. They had a loss to North Ridgeville coming into this one, so both teams coming off a loss. We can really expect the Rangers and the Invaders to get after it, because you want to draw first blood in the GLC East.
It is going to be a dogfight tonight.
Well, we're so glad you are joining us wherever you are joining us. Let's go now to our starting lineups presented by Harrington Moving. Pat and I will touch more on the starting lineups after the national anthem here from Lakewood High School, as we go now to the public address announcer. And with that, we are all primed for a good one, folks. It'll be an exciting night of basketball here from Lakewood High School. We're going to get Normandy starters. We're going to get Lakewood starters. Pat, we'll talk about them a little bit. We got Nadir Ibrahim at guard for Normandy, number 1. Number 3, Owen Nairstedt. You got number 5, Matt Dunn, the sharpshooter. Number 10, Jace Cuckrell will be a wing tonight for Normandy. And in the post, big number 15, Patrick Gale. And the starting lineups for your Lakewood Rangers. MJ Grayer gets the start in the post. Number 1, the senior, Andre Hollenberg, the senior guard. Number 10, Hakeem, the dream, Karan, the senior. Number 12, Drew Jabinowski, the sophomore, down in the post. And rounding out the starting 5 for Lakewood tonight will be number 14, Michael Hamden. Be a good night of basketball here. Looks like a great student section here. Looks like Normandy students traveled a little bit out to this one, Pat. And again, you can't overstate how important it'll be to come out fast in this one. Again, we talked about it. Both teams coming off losses where they didn't play their best basketball. So you can bet that practice has been intense this week. Practice has been, hey, we need to get out to our style of basketball first. When both teams are looking to do that, it should be interesting to see who comes out on top here in this first quarter.
And something to throw out there as well, Normandy's head coach is out with COVID. So, they have an assistant stepping up. He's stepping in, and, we'll see how that plays a factor.
Wish head coach Jimmy Kuznick all the best. Tony Massa filling in tonight for him. And coming into the season, coach was talking about they have a number of guys getting their first varsity looks, but they really like their depth. The Invaders do, and it allows them to play aggressively. We'll see a lot of changing defenses tonight from the Invaders. Yeah,
and I'm going to touch on that with the keys to the game. They love to kind of change defenses, and we'll see a lot of that tonight.
Well, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go to our Pat Hayes 2 keys to the games presented by Newcastle Roofing.
So for number 1, we got to limit turnovers. We touched on it earlier. The speed that we've seen in the past 3 games was intensified. Now they got to handle pressure and take care of the basketball. They got to rebound the basketball tonight. You know, Gale's a big body. They got to put somebody on him, box out, rebound the ball.
It was impressive watching him on film, the amount of shots that he influenced, and obviously some of the rebounds he was able to get, and that's something Lakewood struggled with.
And even if he doesn't, you know, block the shot, like you said, he alters shots. So that's a big deal. And last but not least, the Rangers got to get out and run. We talked about Normandy changing defenses. They want to mix it up on multiple different possessions. So the Rangers got to get up and down before they have an opportunity to change that defense or get into a press.
It was interesting. Lakewood shot the ball almost the best they have at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, and you would say, man, that's got to be tough for the kids to go down there and play on that NBA-sized court. But honestly, you know, they started knocking down some shots. Braden Volkancic looked great off the bench shooting the ball, and it gave them a little bit of confidence, you know, coming off Brush, coming off St. Ed's where they were limited in some respects. You can bet that now they're home. They got the home rims. They know how the ball bounces off that orange cylinder here at Lakewood. You can expect, I would say, to see that offense keep progressing forward and keep going upwards as the season begins here.
Definitely. If you shoot the ball well at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, you should be able to shoot the ball here at Lakewood Gymnasium. I mean, they got to get it going. It's their second home game. GLC first matchup. Let's get it going.
And we are all set to get it going on the Lakewood Sports Channel. So glad you could join us at home. At the center circle, we have Gale and Grayer ready to get this one started for us. Sit down, strap in, because this is going to be a good GLC East fight. Grayer wins the tip against the much taller Gale, and the Rangers are off. Rangers in their home whites with the purple trim and the yellow lettering. Normandy in their away black uniforms with the orange trim. Karan will tee one up from three. There's Grayer active already on the boards. Tips it again. Nice rebound by Grayer. Couldn't get that one to go.
You like to see that energy early, getting offensive rebounds, crashing the glass.
Normandy will get into their sets here. Gale sets it high out here. Dunn not given much room by Karan. Lakewood closing out here. Grayer hit number one, Ibrahim, but they're going to say no foul, and that will be out of bounds going to the Rangers, and we'll see a little pressing action here. Looks like a little man-to-man press for the Invaders.
And the Rangers went defending Dunn. The guy guarding him needs to be aware. They're going to be screening left and right to get him shots.
Grayer doing his best Lucas Winters impression, firing that one down the court to Grayer. There's Jablonowski with some space. That one in and out. This time, Gale was fighting with Grayer, and Grayer was almost fighting with the whole team down low there. But, man, it's good to see Grayer's energy down low.
It is really nice, and Drew is one guy I want to see get going on the offensive end. He's giving so much defensively. If he can give even more offensively, that'd be huge for the Rangers. Really
stepping up the sophomore Drew Jablonowski this year. He's been asked to play some big minutes for the Rangers and has responded with a lot of grit and toughness. Speaking of which, the all-conference honorable mention, Matt Dunn with the ball. You'll have to watch him all night on offense. Shot fake there by Dunn, and he'll work against Hollenberg. No score here in the first quarter. Glad you're joining us on this Friday Night Showdown on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Right on cue, there's Dunn. That one off the side iron, and Grayer pulls down his second rebound of the night.
Yeah, he can get hot in a hurry, so they got to be aware.
That one is good from Akeem, the Dream, and Karan knocks in the first bucket of the game. Good to see Hakeem dropping one from three. We talked about that in the pregame. Really important for him to see his shot fall, and that only means good things to come.
And that was kind of his hot spot last season, in the corner, getting that shot, knocking it down. That's big.
Oh, it looks like a little flat tire in the middle there, but no AA assistance in the middle. AAA assistance for Matt Dunn in the middle there, and that ball will go back to the Rangers. Couple nice stops by the Rangers already. Soft pass thrown by Hamden. Nice job by Grayer to handle it there. Going to find Karan in the corner again for three, and that one is good. Watch out, folks. The Dream is coming into your living rooms hot this evening on the Lakewood Sports Channel.
You love to see that early. Let's get him going. Let's keep it going.
6 big points already from Karan, pacing the Rangers here as they've opened up a 2-possession advantage on Normandy. Gale backing down Hollenberg. Nice pass underneath Ibrahim cut past Jablonowski, and the only thing Drew could do was foul him as Ibrahim was streaking to the basket. Smart play to make him earn it.
Yes, absolutely. We talked about that last game. Against St. Ed's, they were fouling, but not hard enough and they were making buckets. That was a good, strong, clean, hard foul, make them earn it at the line.
And you can already see the attention that a player like Dunn requires a defense to have. So Normandy doing a nice job moving off the ball, getting Gale involved, because you're looking at that big guy down low and you're saying, man, where's the help? Are we going to have somebody in his face, right? Well, sometimes you lose the shooter on the outside, and Ibrahim made him pay for that one. As Grayer was able to come down with another nice rebound. Grayer has a strong start to this game so far.
Yeah, you really got to give your attention to Dunn and Gale in this Normandy team.
No good from Karan, but tracked
Gale's
down by
size.
Jablonowski. Hamden from deep. That one no good. Off the top of the backboard, and as you were saying, Pat, Normandy comes at you in a couple different ways, and Lakewood, not having the size to counteract Gale. I mean, there's things that everybody has to do defensively to make sure that he doesn't have a big night.
Yeah, really need to communicate on the defensive end. Not the best shot by Michael Hamden there. You can get that whenever you want. Move the ball, jump stop, find that open shot. That they've been doing pretty well of it early.
Karan out on Nerstedt. Dunn with the ball. Normandy's gonna work it around. That flare screen set for Dunn, and no good. That's a dangerous recipe though for Lakewood if Dunn's gonna have that much space.
Yes, and if you've noticed early, they've had multiple different guys on Dunn early.
That one too strong from Hamden, and a nice box out underneath by the Invaders. And Nerstedt will push it the other way.
That shot was a little more in rhythm. That was a good look. It just didn't fall.
Normandy not afraid to shoot it from deep, but so far cold on the evening. Here's Ibrahim for three. That one's short. Nice rebound by Karan, out jumping Gale, and the Rangers are breaking out again. Pat, they really got to take advantage of this cold start by Normandy.
Yes, because it's not going to last all game. They're going to make some threes. Now the Rangers need to, pressure it and make some shots themselves.
Hamden getting tied up with Ibrahim on the wing here, as Hollenberg will say, hey, let's work on our offense here, as Jablonowski was hounded, and that hounding is going to result in a turnover by Jablonowski. As Nerstedt will come out, checking in for the first time tonight is the junior, Alex Schilling.
Yeah, you like the start with the Rangers, but we need to capitalize on some of these missed shots by the Invaders.
It's certainly a game in which Lakewood is liking where they are defensively. They're really locked in on their assignments. They're rebounding the ball well. You got to make it hurt on the offensive end and open up a run if you're Lakewood. Get some people involved. Karan's doing a nice job, but Hamden's had a couple nice looks. Those will start dropping.
Definitely, Grant. It seems like we've had a couple possessions where, we're not getting in a rhythm. We're kind of just forcing a shot earlier than, moving around. There's no shot clock yet in high school basketball.
As much as some want it.
Oh,
to be. Hamden clapping for it on the perimeter. They're moving it around. Grayer hesitated for a second. That one will bounce around a few times and is pulled down by the Invaders. 6-0 here, 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter on the Lakewood Sports Channel, presented by First Federal of Lakewood. This one's been up and down as the Rangers and the Invaders are trying to get the advantage on one another. There's that Hakeem, the dream Euro step that we've come to know. Man, he is really deadly with that move.
Hakeem the Dream 8, Normandy Invaders 0.
Honestly, the Invaders probably have nightmares of Hakeem in shoulder pads, as he had a huge game this year on the gridiron in the GLC East. As that corner three is good, and Normandy's on the board. Number 2, Alex Schilling off the bench, will get Normandy their first points of the evening. It comes by the way of a corner triple.
I was just going to stress on the last possession how Hakeem did it was, let's attack a little bit. Let's not settle for just all 3 balls.
Nice shot again by Karan, but there's Grayer again. Nobody put a body on Grayer, and that means he's going to have a free alley to that rebound, and MJ has really done a nice job tonight of being active down low, and that's a glue guy, right? That's a guy that you need to really help your team in all facets of the game.
Oh, he's one of our tallest guys on our team, and he's doing a good job of playing bigger than he really is.
And he's got the bank free throw down pat as that one will rattle around after making contact with the glass, but it counts all the same.
Correct. And you know what? Hey, this is our second free throw tonight. We only went to the line 3 times against Medina, so you know what? It's a step in the right direction, attacking.
Certainly has been a pleading case that Coach Kamak has made about getting downhill and getting to the rim and getting to the charity stripe as Hollenberg throws it to the 6th man, it looks like, but Lakewood will retain possession.
Man, you love to see a guy that, you know, has a height disadvantage against the bigger Normandy team and just getting in there and working hard to get an offensive rebound.
As Hamden will cut through the middle, Lakewood looking for penetration here. Hamden working against Dunn. Lakewood has a 6-point advantage, and it will increase as Hakeem Karan doing it all this quarter. He's got 11 points.
And that's great offense. They move the ball, you know, the dribble handoff, and got a good look.
Trapped in the corner, Dunn traveled as Hakeem Karan is doing it all, folks. Trapped him in the corner, forced the turnover, and he has 11 points, matching his season high so far, all in this first quarter. And if you're Normandy, you gotta really think about where he is on offense, because Lakewood is doing a nice job of finding him, and he's got some time.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job. You know, not trying, I'm a Ranger fan here, but if Rangers get another bucket here, Normandy might want to think about calling a timeout.
Nice job by Jablanowski there to handle the pressure as he found Hamden. Hamden found Hollenberg. Hollenberg found the bottom of the net as Lakewood is on fire from deep.
What a pass. That was a cross court on the money.
15-3, Lakewood's advantage balloons as Normandy will try one from outside. Schilling couldn't get it to go, and it will be Lakewood ball once again as sharpshooter Braden Volkancic is in the game to add to this prolific 3-point attack that the Rangers have opened up tonight. 4 3-pointers already in the first quarter from the Rangers. That's going to spell good things for them tonight. As Jablanowski gets his own rebound, he is fouled, and that's what you love to see from the sophomore. No hesitation going in there. He did a great job to get his own offensive rebound and earn a trip to the charity stripe.
I love to see the attack get to the rim. I mean, we're knocking down threes, but work it inside out, you know. Jump stop, pivot, find the open man.
Knocks down the free throw there as Lakewood doing anything they want against Normandy right now. It is 16-3. You got to imagine Normandy's going to come out of this first quarter break and really want to assert themselves, maybe throw some pressure at Lakewood. But Lakewood's handled the pressure pretty nicely so far. We've actually seen some big mans break it in Jablanowski and Grayer as he knocks down his second. And right on cue, Grayer will come into the game.
That's the one luxury of not having a set big man, you know, having a 6, you know, Jacob Sala or somebody like that.
A couple more options on the press, yes, for sure. As Nearstep back in the game, able to break down the Lakewood pressure there, and he will set up the offense as Normandy looking for some offense here. Just 3 points in this first quarter and have been routinely hounded by the Rangers. They're going to say Grayer a little too physical on the challenge there, and it will be sideline out of bounds.
Yeah, you'd rather have, you know, Hakeem or Michael Hamden bringing the ball up, but the luxury of having MJ being able to push it if no one's on him helps out the team.
It has been all Lakewood this first quarter, and we're so glad you could join us from home on the Lakewood Channel, Sports Channel, presented by First Federal of Lakewood. Under 8 seconds remaining here, that Dunn will have to fire one up. Gets it off. Just 2 seconds. Lakewood hounding Normandy. Dunn's three-pointer in and out, and Lakewood will head to the bench at the end of the first quarter, leading 17-3. And if you are a Lakewood Rangers fan, you've said, there it is. There's the team that we knew had this potential coming in. And it's as simple as moving the ball, finding open shots. But, boy, does it help when Hakeem Karan comes out of the locker room in fuego.
Yeah, he's playing great. They're moving the basketball, playing hard defensively. This is the Rangers you want to see all season. But that being said, they need to keep, you know, stepping on the pedal. You know, these Invaders are going to hit some shots. I mean, Michael Dunn's going to get hot eventually. So they need to continue to move the ball, hit shots, you know, throw it inside and score some buckets.
What have you seen from Lakewood to get the looks that they're getting? Because they're high percentage looks. And for Lakewood tonight, that, again, we talked about, that's a welcome sight after playing Brush, St. Edwards, and Medina.
They're moving the basketball. I mean, they're running offense, getting good shots. I mean, finding the open man. That pass to the corner for Andre's three, that was a thing of beauty.
And that was a skip pass. It was a fantastic job, and we know some fantastic folks in the roofing and remodeling business. That is Newcastle Roofing, owned by LHS physics teacher Dave Hilly. They specialize in residential roofing and repairs, gutters, siding, windows, doors, masonry, skylights, and commercial flat roofs. Call Newcastle for a quote today at 440-930-2399. And if you are Normandy, you're trying to call the fire department for Hakeem Karan. What a quarter by Hakeem the Dream. We have really seen him have some good games this year, but now he's been able to put Lakewood ahead. And Lakewood hasn't had too many leads this year. We got to see them really execute and play smart basketball in this second quarter.
Yeah, can't let them back in the game.
Nice job contesting the rebound there on Gale, and Lakewood will break out the other way. Karan says, I'll take another one off the front iron, but there's Grayer once again. Nice job by Hamden to find the open man as Volkancic's three doesn't go. But there's Lakewood again, another offensive rebound for the Rangers. Karan doing it all underneath. We may no longer be dreaming.
You know, I mean, just in this early part of the game, if you look at a couple of my keys to the game, they're executing. They're handling pressure, and they're rebounding the basketball.
Well, Pat, there's folks that would pay handsomely for those keys to the game. So it's good that Lakewood is listening and paying attention to the best color man in the business, giving his keys to victory for the Rangers, and they are doing it all tonight, folks. They are really doing a nice job of putting Normandy in a lot of pressure on the defensive side of the game.
I like this by the Rangers. Slow it down. Now that we're in the half-court set, run some good offense and continue to get good looks.
And if they continually do this, we saw it in the first half, they're going to keep getting Karan open. They're going to keep finding guys like Braden Volkancic, who shot it great against Medina, as Hamden puts one up. But there's Grayer not boxed out again. Threw that one like a hand grenade off the backboard. That one didn't go. But, boy, is his energy impressive tonight.
It looks like the Invaders switched to a zone there and had Gale up top to kind of wreak havoc up there. And that lets MJ kind of sneak in there, because when you're running a zone, you know, you're not technically matched up, so he can sneak in there and get offensive rebound.
And it's not necessarily being taller and having that position, but Grayer's just working harder, it seems, on the offensive glass.
Yeah, it's a high motor guy. I mean, look at a guy like Draymond Green. I mean, he's not the tallest guy in the NBA, but he sets really good screens, he rebounds the basketball, and he's a key player for the Warriors.
Nice job underneath by the Warriors, hounding Normandy, and a nice flip up and in by Chase Cuckrell, as Lakewood will surrender the layup to the junior. 19-5 our score, under 6 minutes remaining in the half. We're so glad you are tuned in for this Friday Night Showdown on the Lakewood Sports Channel. That pass creeped up on Volkancic quickly, and that pass creeped by Khaled Cut into the game for the first time tonight. Turnover by Lakewood, and again, we talked about it. Got to make sure you're passing off 2 feet and your man is looking at you. It's important for Lakewood to follow through on these possessions here.
Yeah, I mean, that's their first one of the game, though, going into 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second. So they're doing a better job, but correct. Limit those.
Nice help defense, and that ball was saved before it was out of bounds by Grayer. He threw it off Gale, and Lakewood will retain possession as a result. What an effort by the Rangers.
And the turnovers you don't want are the unforced ones. If you're – no turnovers are good, but if you're trying to make a play in a tight spot and it gets tapped away, I get it. But, the ones that are inexcusable are the unforced ones.
As Hollenberg will initiate the offense here, Lakewood, if you're just joining us, was on fire in the first quarter, knocking down 4 triples and really hounding the offensive glass. Ball's worked around. Look at this ball movement. They find Karan and hit the corner. That one off the back iron, and Normandy will settle it down. Nice steal by Hollenberg. He's all alone, and that one is good. Andre Hollenberg, the steal and the layup, will force Normandy to call another 30-second timeout. And boy, Pat, what a effort by the Lakewood Rangers defensively tonight to spur their offense.
Yeah, it's great to see. And, Normandy's trying to do different things by switching up, going to the zone. And, the Rangers need to be patient. When they go to zone, you can move the ball around. Take some time off this clock. I mean, we have a nice little lead. Let's protect that.
Absolutely, and we have a nice little broadcast we're bringing it to you tonight. We're so glad that you are joining us tonight on the Lakewood Sports Channel. It's been a great year so far for Lakewood Athletics, and we're so glad that everything is looking back to normal. And, man, is it good to see a student section in here tonight. It's good to see all of our fans in here tonight, and we are so glad that we can bring in all the action to you. Hey, if you're interested in sponsoring the Lakewood Sports Channel, head on over to GoLakewood.org. Click on the Lakewood Sports Channel tab, and we so appreciate all the people that have reached out and helped us get on the air this year. We cannot thank you enough, and I don't believe Normandy will be thanking Lakewood after this one because they have really been put in the pressure chamber by the Rangers, and a foul there, a little too aggressive, it seems, on Grayer.
Yeah, Grant, it's been a fun one. I mean, this is only our second game, but, watching you and Coach Harper as well with the girls, they're having a fun season so far.
Girls are playing great. They got a big win against Cleveland Heights the other night. They're now 3-2 and looking to make some noise in the GLC East themselves as Lakewood hit the snooze button there and lost that one in transition. Done for 3. That one no good, and Lakewood is really doing a nice job of limiting Normandy to one chance on offense.
Yeah, that's a look that Michael Dunn usually knocks down. I'm sorry, Matt Dunn, and we got lucky there because he's going to knock that down 9 times out of 10.
Hollenberg working it around. Lakewood looking for a good shot here on offense. Under 4 minutes remaining in the half. Cut finds himself opening for 3, and that one drops from the sky and down through the hoop as Khaled Cut has his first points of the night. And boy, Pat, what a nice-looking arc on that shot.
Yeah, that's just patience. Getting an open shot and knocking it down. Being shot ready is very important.
24-5 here. Lakewood is opening up this lead as Normandy searching for answers on the offensive side, and that's Cuckroll again, but there is Gale underneath, and that is a welcome answer for the Invaders as Gale gets himself involved for the first time tonight.
Yeah, you got to put a body on him. He can put it back. I mean, he's right there at the rim.
Coach Kamak calling out instructions from the bench. A nice job navigating this team through the first 3 games of the season, and boy, does it look like they have learned and really been practicing hard because it's tough to face those 3 teams right in a row to start the season. But the boys are still really energetic at practice and came out tonight really willing to do what it takes to open this game up the way they wanted to. And that's a testament to the coaching staff, keeping everybody on message, keeping everybody with the philosophy. It's easier to say it than to do it. But, boy, we haven't seen this team lose any steam over this past few games to start the year.
No, we haven't, Graham. We talked to Coach Kamak about it. There's no 30-point bucket that, the Rangers could have hit, but they stood tough. Now they came back ready to play against the Normandy Invaders.
Really nice job closing out there by Hollenberg. Grayer got in nice off guarding position. He does have issue with the referee underneath. Looks like he just brought his arms down at the wrong time, but boy, did he have nice help side position.
Yeah, you got there. You just got to wall up. This team, we're not going to block very many shots, so wall up, take a charge.
We have a freshman victory on the books already today. We have a Lakewood JV overtime victory tonight. Had this place really loud and ready to go. And now Lakewood is in the driver's seat to hopefully see 3 program wins in one night. That would be something for this young Ranger program.
That would be big. The girls just did it against Cleveland Heights. It'd be good to get the men's team to do it.
As the free throw is knocked home by Dunn. And Lakewood will have a few new faces out there as Osed Albadiran checks into the game. It'll be Mo Cut, Andre Hollenberg, Drew Jablanowski from the corner. That one is good. The sophomore growing up right in front of our eyes. Nice 3 by Drew.
That's one guy I love to see get going. He can shoot it. Just give him the opportunity.
Off-ball foul on Cut there. As Hamden rounds out the starting 5. And for the Invaders, it's Ibrahim, Nerstedt, Dunn, Gale, And number 10, Chase Cuckrow, out there for the Invaders.
Yeah, the Invaders are throwing a ton of different defenses at them. You know, 1-2-2, 1-3-1. They're doing, pressuring full court, sitting back. They're doing a little bit of everything.
Late help on the backside there as Hamden couldn't get over in time, and Dunn now has 4 straight points for the Invaders.
So the Rangers need to be smart, see the floor, see what they're in, decide what they need to run, and go from there.
Hamden picked up his dribble a little early there, throws a cross-court pass to Jabonowski, who will cycle it back and get the offense going again. As Cut throws that one away, a miscommunication on the Lakewood side as Normandy will get a chance to continue this run they've opened up.
Yeah, don't need to force it there. Jump stop and come to the ball.
Less than 2 minutes remaining on the Lakewood Sports Channel, and right before halftime, we want to thank you for tuning in, and we want to thank our sponsors, First Federal of Lakewood, Harrington Moving, and Newcastle Roofing. Nice trap in the corners. Cut did a nice job on Dunn. Dunn pleading his case to the referee, but he will point south as Lakewood will retain possession.
Yeah, it looks like he just kind of lost his footing there. Now, Rangers got to take advantage of the Normandy turnovers.
Lakewood doing a nice job this half. Offense has cooled off a little bit in this second quarter, but really keeping their defensive shape, really doing a nice job of effort all over the place as the 3rd turnover in a row for the Rangers. And certainly Coach Kamak will not look lovingly up at that scoreboard at halftime.
No, and these are the ones that we talked about, the unforced ones. We're just passing the ball out of bounds.
Nice little floater underneath, and Normandy starting to find their footing here to end the first half, 27-12 with under a minute remaining. Cut looking. Coach Kamak was pleading for a timeout. He didn't get it. Yes. And there goes Normandy out the other way. Nadir Ibrahim continues the run for the Invaders. And folks, don't look away just yet. Lakewood making this one a close one.
Yeah, Grant.
Excuse me, Normandy's making it a close one, but man, Lakewood is not helping their case.
I'm hearing Coach Kamak call a timeout through this headset, and the 3 guys in the stripes couldn't hear him.
We could barely hear each other sometimes.
Exactly.
I think you have selective hearings.
But I was, hearing the timeout. You kind of saw that there could be some issues, and unfortunately, he didn't get the call. But they need to continue to play their game. Like I said, Normandy's changing their defenses. So take your time.
And with this second unit, it seems to be affecting.
Yes. And take your time, see what they're in. 10 seconds is a long time behind half court. You can kind of still see what they're in. Find the guy, get over half court, let him drop back into their half court set, and then run offense. They're, like we talked about, no shot clock. Get a good shot.
Want to give a big shout out to everybody joining us on YouTube tonight. We got Queen Bee Jada. We got Azan out there joining us, and our biggest Lakewood Sports Channel fan, Corey, MLB 2004. Shout out Corey, who's in the building tonight. So glad you could join us in the building, and he's watching on the stream. I mean, nobody does it better than Corey, MLB 2004. As Hamden is trapped, and now it's Coach Higgs barking from the bench, and boy, it will be a tense locker room at half for the Rangers despite their hot start to this one.
I'd say it's that double-edged sword. You got a nice little lead, but that's not the way you want to end a half.
As Cut threw it into the waiting arms of Dunn. Dunn threw it off of Cut. And the ball is going to go back to Normandy, and even after Coach Kamak calls a timeout, another turnover plagues the Rangers, and they are starting to creep up on the Rangers here. Yeah,
that's one of the most stressful things when you have a timeout, you go over how to execute, and you come out and don't execute.
27-14, things are tightening up here at Lakewood High School as Normandy has ripped off a 9-point run here. Another off-ball foul for Lakewood. That's their 7th. And it will put Normandy at the line. Just 17 seconds remaining, but they can almost get this down to 10 points here. And boy, if you would have told me that at the beginning of the second quarter, I would have called you crazy. But, Pat, it's been turnovers. And Lakewood shooting it fantastically tonight. We'll get the stats at halftime from our own Danny Arth. But, boy, you just got to convert and see what is going to happen for you on offense and just take care of the ball.
Take care of the basketball, yes. And, you know, this pressure that they're showing is giving us fits. They're speeding themselves up when they don't need to be sped up.
Lakewood fortunate to keep that one as it looked like it went off Hamden's foot, but with 13.6 seconds remaining, Lakewood will try to get some points heading into halftime. It has been a scoring drought in this second half.
Just got to be, like, right there. Hakeem's having a great game, but you don't need to put the ball on the ground right there. Be strong with the ball, step through, make a good pass.
And it seems that Lakewood needs to do, everybody needs to do their part in holding the ball. As that one off Hamden's hands, out breaking in the forecourt is number 10, Chase Cockrell. He will be fouled. That one almost went down in a disaster of an inbounds for the Rangers, as now it is 27-14, and Normandy once again turns over the Rangers. They're nearing double digits this quarter.
Yeah, in probably the last 3 minutes. I mean, sometimes less is more, Grant, and we're trying to do too much.
Well, you talked about it when they were showing the zone.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the problem with working, setting screens, moving off the ball, and not make the ball the thing that hurts the defense, right? And right now, the ball is hurting the Rangers because they can't seem to get Normandy off their backs. But, boy, here comes Karan into the open field. The Euro step up and no good. He almost beat the clock. And, boy, if you had the chance to watch Hakeem Karan this fall, there is no doubt that you've seen a couple streaking runs like that. Just couldn't get the Euro step to go. His patented move as we reach halftime here at Lakewood High School. Lakewood 27, Normandy 14. We're going to come back in a few minutes and bring you all the recap. That was a very exciting first half. Lakewood with a 13-point advantage on the Lakewood Sports Channel, presented by First Federal of Lakewood. And when we return, we'll have Danny Art's halftime performers of the first half, and we will have Pat Hayes and myself breaking down what Lakewood needs to do to bring home a W on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Grant Graves and Danny Arth joining us on camera for the first time on the Lakewood Sports Channel. And Danny, you have your first half All-Stars, Arth's All-Stars. I think we're going to call this one on the Lakewood Sports Channel, presented by First Federal of Lakewood. And Danny, take us through who your first half Arth All-Star was for the Lakewood Rangers.
I would say it's definitely got to be Hakeem Karan. He's been doing really good. He's had 3 threes in the first quarter, and he's the real spark for this Lakewood team.
He's played super aggressively, and it has really gotten Lakewood out to a fast start. They need to keep it up, but Hakeem has been a real bright spot for the Rangers.
Definitely, yeah. He's had 13 points in the first half so far, so he's definitely doing really good right now.
And on the Normandy side, who's your Arth All-Star for the Normandy Invaders from the first half?
It's got to be Jace Kukral. He's been doing really good. He had a couple layups for Normandy in the first half. He's really aggressive, and he's getting to the free throw line a lot.
And I think that has shown Normandy not to have so much trepidation against Lakewood's defense. Just go downhill, attack inside, and he's done a great job getting to the free throw line, getting a few nice layups. Lakewood will have to account for him in this second half. Thanks so much for coming on, Danny, for Arts All-Stars presented by First Federal of Lakewood. We got the second half coming up from Lakewood High School. Thanks so much, Danny.
Thank you.
Awesome.
That was fun.
Now I want everybody at home to know we didn't replace Pat there. All right, he's doing what a great job by Danny Arth getting on the broadcast, and that's what the Lakewood Sports Channel is all about. We really are hoping to get some students involved. So if you're interested, contact Principal Walters. Contact us at the Lakewood Sports Channel, Sports Lakewood on Twitter. On Instagram now, we're on Instagram. A couple of guys on Instagram who have no idea what they're doing.
No
but the LKWD Sports Channel on Instagram. Find us there. Let us know you're interested. We'd love to have you on and get some experience here at the games. What a great job by Danny getting on the mic there.
Did awesome. We also have Facebook, but I don't think kids use that anymore.
No, they certainly don't. They would probably look at you quizzitively on what is Facebook. So, as the second half kicks off here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Normandy coming out in a little bit more of a zone here, Pat, again, trying to mess with Lakewood's timing a little bit offensively.
I'm sure Coach Kalak told him, hey, let's get a good one. You know, handle pressure, get a good one.
Nice job underneath by Karan. He didn't get that second chance point to go, and a nice job by Ibrahim to keep Grayer off the offensive board. That's been a tall task tonight for the Invaders.
Yeah, he's been crashing, battling hard down there.
Normandy now moving it around. They're going to get a post touch to Gale straight up here as Hollenberg was facing the much taller Gale underneath. Did a nice job. Hamden underneath with some resistance, and it was enough to get Gale to miss it in. Lakewood will break out the other way.
Yeah, it was a good contest, and we were able to get away with a rebound.
Nice job by the Rangers to move this one around. Hollenberg will cut through the middle. Karan will be found by Hamden. He found Gale underneath, and boy, what a tough finish by Arts All-Star there. Hakeem Karan finishing over the taller Gale there. Nice job to contort his body and get the ball to go in.
Good ball movement there. You know, they found the open man. He drove, got a good easy bucket.
As the dip in underneath by Dunn, and he gets on the scoreboard here. It's been a tough going for Dunn in the first half, and certainly if you're Lakewood, you do not want him to gain any confidence.
You do not, and sometimes that layup will spark someone from the outside, so you really do not want to get him going.
No, you don't. He lights up faster than a Christmas tree.
Hey.
Having fun on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Pat Hayes, Grant Graves with you. And the three will go. They're going to say it touched. They're going to say it touched. The rappel line up there that brings the hoop down. And unfortunately, Jabonowski's three is no good. He's already got 2 tonight.
He had a little kiss off the rope, and it unfortunately will not count.
Nice job by Lakewood here, hounding Normandy defensively. They've really taken to heart the game plan defensively and done a nice job in the half court against the Invaders as Nerstedt's layup no good. As our third quarter is brought to you by Harrington Moving. So happy that all of these Lakewood-owned businesses and Lakewood alumni-owned businesses could really do a nice job or do a nice thing by us and support the Lakewood Sports Channel. It's been great to have their support.
It really has, Grant.
Harrington Moving is owned by former Lakewood alumni and veteran Dan Harrington, who's proud to support the Lakewood Sports Channel. He understands the importance of a quality athletic program in a student's life and would love to help you on your next move. Call Dan today at Harrington Moving to get a free quote for your next move. Normandy putting on some more pressure here with a little bit of a half-court trap. Just where Normandy wanted him to throw that one, Hamden turns it over, but he got it back. There's Karan in the corner, contested by Gale, no matter. Hakeem, the dream from deep.
It doesn't matter which corner Hakeem is in. He's knocking them down tonight, boys
and
girls.
You know, it's just been so great to see Hakeem do well because he's been staying after practice and really working on his shot with Coach Higgs. It's been a great sign for Hakeem to see a couple go in. And we talked about it pregame.
Oh, yeah, he's getting his legs under him. And it's really nice to see.
Hollenberg working this one around. Nice patient approach here by Lakewood as Hamden puts one up. But it was good to see them just passing off 2 feet, making the smart pass, not trying to do too much with the skips.
Yeah, we knew Hakeem was going to get there eventually. It just took some time to get his legs under him.
And it took some time for Ibrahim to heat up, but he is certainly feeling it from deep as Nadir Ibrahim gets a 3 on the board for Normandy and is now 32-21.
Great ball movement there by the Rangers.
Karan's floater no good, and Normandy will push it the other way. Things are getting tight for the Rangers here. Normandy is hanging around. Good on them to keep in it, especially with their head coach out tonight. It's been a really good effort by Normandy not to see that first quarter disadvantage and kind of think they're out of this one. They're certainly not.
Yeah, that first quarter was rough for them, but I mean, they kind of dominated the second half of the second quarter. And honestly, at halftime, you're thinking, man, are the Rangers really up that big? But you know what? They're tightening it up even more.
Nice job by the Rangers here to handle a little bit of pressure, moving it around. Jablonowski's trapped on the sideline, but he found the outlet.
Great movement.
Hollenberg drives underneath the scoop, no good, and Gale had a big reason for that.
Good effort there by Andre. You want to get that one to fall, but you know what? That's a foul that you're okay with. You know, he's trying to get that extra. You know, you always say you don't want one so far away from your hoop, but he's just trying to get another offensive rebound, another possession for the Rangers.
As Lakewood will size up Normandy here, holding an 11-point advantage. Nice job by Karan to knock that one away. Fake pass there in the corner, and Kukrill will knock it down. That was Danny Arth all-star of the first half for Normandy, and he's picking up where he left off. Nice aggressive shot there by Kukrill. And boy, this is becoming one of those GLC dogfights that you talked about, Pat. Karan misses from the corner, but it's Jablonowski able to corral it.
Smart on Drew there. Didn't have a good look. Get it out. Let's get another one.
Boy, is Normandy aggressive in those passing lanes here tonight, Pat, as Hollenberg aggressively gets to the rim. Coach Kamak, a quick timeout. And a nice driving layup past the taller Gale there for Hollenberg.
I really like that timeout by Coach Kamak. You know, they were kind of making it, you know, pretty close, and then they got a good possession here and just, you know, say, hey, this is what we need to do.
And Kamak will certainly have to guide the team a little bit as this one goes, but it's a young team. You know, you have some seniors out there, but not a ton of guys who played varsity minutes last year. We talked about there were going to be some growing pains this year for the Rangers, and boy, they had a tough test to start the year, but certainly they are doing a much better job tonight of taking care of the ball. Second quarter notwithstanding.
Yes.
But I think this first unit has really set the tone.
Take what's given to you. Normandy's switching up defenses. They're giving you something. Teams that, you know, I'm not saying this is Normandy, but a lot of teams that tend to switch up defenses, it's because they're not really awesome at one.
Sure.
So you got to take advantage of a weakness that you see in their defense.
Ibrahim in the corner. That one was kicked to him. Through the driving layup there. Grayer's pass was tipped, and it'll be Normandy right back out of the stables the other way.
You know what, Grant? I'm going to take this one as a jinx here. I think I said through to the second quarter, I said, hey, they're doing a good job of handling pressure and limiting turnovers. And, we've kind of changed that.
Well, I don't know how much of the cosmic universe you control, Pat, but certainly I would like a reverse hex on that one. And, boy, do we like a tough finish from Karan there as he went up and around the Normandy defense to get that one to go home. And it's been Karan's night, and they're going to need Karan to take them home.
Yeah, you like to see that a senior step up and really score the basketball.
That three from Ibrahim is pure. And the shot from deep goes in. Ibrahim with 2 threes this quarter, and Lakewood's got to find him on offense.
Yes, they do.
Nice shot by Hollenberg to stay patient there. He finds Hamden, who throws a 4-seamer to Jablonowski, who finds a wide open Karan in the corner. That one no good. That's been Hakeem's spot tonight. And a nice job by the sophomore to find the open man.
And that's good offense, and that's what the Rangers want to run. That's a good shot, just didn't fall.
Nice take underneath by Dunn. He is fouled, and Lakewood holding a 9-point advantage with under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter here. Anything Normandy can do to slow it down a little bit, get to the line, etc., is something that's going to be in the Invaders' favor.
Yes, yeah. I mean, they're doing a good job. The Rangers need to be patient. The lead is shrinking, but they still have a lead. So they need to continue to get good offense, get a good shot. I mean, that was a good shot. It just didn't fall. Continue to do that. Take some time off the clock.
Dunn's first one up and good. And again, we want to thank Harrington Moving for supporting the Lakewood Sports Channel around the corner or across the country. You can count on Harrington Moving to get you there, offering packing, unpacking, moving, and storage services. And they are proudly veteran-owned. Visit harringtonmoving.us to book your next move.
Normandy's kind of bringing the pressure, extending it a little bit, trying to speed up the Rangers.
As the Rangers move across the half court, they are hoping they had the Harrington Moving to make it easy for them. But Normandy is certainly a thorn in Lakewood's side right now.
Yeah, I mean, smart by Normandy because the Rangers have been turning the ball over a little bit too much. So extending that pressure hopefully doesn't bode well for them, but it has been lately.
Karan with some nifty dribbling on the perimeter there, but that one was ripped away on the spin move by Schilling. And Normandy, trailing now 29 to 36, will have an opportunity to bring this one a little bit closer. Dunn finds himself open on the perimeter. That one no good. Gale underneath pulls it down. Three-pointer, that one is good. Chase Kukrow for the Invaders, and all of a sudden, Pat, it's a 4-point game.
Let's not get out of our element. Let's keep playing the game. Smart passes, find the open man.
That one tipped out of bounds. It will stay with Lakewood as you hear the Normandy contingent getting into this one. And Pat, you got to use the home crowd to your advantage. But when you're turning the ball over and not converting on some of these looks, it's tough for it's a element that Normandy will certainly take advantage of.
Yes, it's definitely hard when you can't get in a rhythm. And the Rangers.
And I think that's the key the big story of these past few quarters is where's Lakewood's rhythm that they had in that first quarter.
And that's the thing. It should be easier getting in a rhythm versus zone because it's a little bit less pressure. I know they're extending it, but Lakewood, get a good shot.
Lakewood doing a nice job here to use some clock. Under 20 seconds remaining now as Lakewood moves it around. Karan thought about a three. They keep moving it. Hamden finds Grayer. Grayer going to attack. Lakewood searching for the right one. Is it a Hakeem floater? It is not. And Normandy will come back the other way before that one was tipped by Karan. Nice play by Hakeem there to limit the break from the Invaders.
So the Rangers, they're getting doubled. That means somebody is open. Be strong, rip through, find the open man.
Comes down the half court heave. And that prayer is not answered for number 5, Matt Dunn. And if you looked away in the first quarter and are looking back now, you are certainly seeing a different game as Lakewood and Normandy are locked in a tight conference battle right now on the Lakewood Sports Channel, presented by Harrington Moving. 36-32 the Rangers trail, and it comes down to 8 more minutes. 4 points separate the two teams, vying for a share of a first-place spot in the GLC East, opening up the conference tonight. And, Pat, Lakewood just has to get in the rhythm here. I don't know how Coach Kamak plans on orchestrating that, but I would like you to give me your best guess.
Yeah, you gotta talk to the guys. This season they haven't been in this situation. They haven't had a lead in the fourth quarter. So you got to talk to your guys. Hey, let's protect the ball, take a good shot. Defensively rebound the basketball, limit their shots, close out on Dunn, make sure he's not getting wide open looks. And as long as they run good offense, get good looks, they should be able to succeed in this fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter on the Lakewood Sports Channel is sizing up to be a good one, and it is brought to you by First Federal of Lakewood. They are a proud sponsor of Lakewood High School and is rooted in all the communities they serve. Visit ffl.net to learn more, and we'll certainly learn more about the GLC East in the next 8 minutes. 36-32 the Rangers lead, and this will be an exciting end to this game. Gale finds himself against Hollenberg. Moving it around, Ibrahim and Kukral really hot in that third quarter, and Ibrahim will continue his hot performance from the field with a nice driving layup there, bringing Normandy within 2. Lakewood moving it around, looking for answers. It's Hollenberg from deep. That one off the back iron, and a quick shot back down the court for the Rangers.
Yeah, not exactly getting in a good rhythm there. I mean, Andre can shoot the ball, but you can get that in a good offensive flow as well.
Lakewood and Normandy duking it out here as Normandy moving it around. Kukral thought about it, got Jablonowski off his feet, but Mahanman got a piece of that ball, and Lakewood will break out the other way. Nice job by Hamden there to get a hand in the passing lane and cause the turnover.
Yeah, really good job forcing that turnover. I'm glad we got a foul there. I was worried that we were going to force it when we didn't really have numbers, but we were able to draw a foul. And
one of the successes that Normandy has, and it might be an adjustment by Coach Tony Massa, who's filling in tonight for Normandy in the head coaching role, is that, man, they've really done a nice job of trapping the sideline in the half court. Lakewood, it doesn't seem to have any answers when they get trapped over there.
No, and that's partially on us for making it go to the sideline. You want to play basketball in the middle of the court.
For sure. Extra defender looms on the side. Karan tried the I've seen that one before when I used to play NBA Street. That one, you almost got a game breaker with that one.
Oh,
Hakeem tried his best to split the double team there, but Normandy forced him into an error as things are tightening up here at the corner of Bunsen Franklin, and we are so glad you are joining us at home. 36-34, the Rangers lead.
Yeah, if you're going to dribble through a trap, you got to be strong and low.
Nice job by the Rangers. Cut off Dunn on the corner. That shot really tough.
Ooh.
They're going to call a foul.
I thought he walled up pretty well there.
On the baseline there, it looks like a loose ball foul. Because it would have been a shooting foul if it was on the shot.
Yeah,
so we'll try it.
scratcher.
In Pat Hayes' post-game recap, we'll try to get you an answer on that one.
I don't know if I can.
Blocking foul underneath there, and Lakewood searching for answers. Quite frustrated with some of the calls, but man, do they have to battle through this quarter here, Pat. You just got to find a way to land the plane on this one.
Yeah, the refs are kind of tightening it up here, so you got to be a little bit careful. But man, oh man, just play solid defense, help each other out.
Another whistle underneath, and it will be Normandy going to the free throw line. Patrick Gale will hoist 2 free throws here, and again, Lakewood starting to wear down, but that is the rotation that Lakewood has chosen to go with. So guys have to be ready to play big minutes in the fourth quarter, regardless of how many they played in the first 3.
Exactly, it's tough. I mean, we got some guys out. You know, Miles Harper's not in the lineup tonight, and so it makes it a little bit more difficult. And that's when the off-season conditioning comes into play. These guys got to get their legs under them, and it's fourth quarter. Got to lay it all on the line.
Gale missed the first one. Second one up and no good, so a good foul by Lakewood in essence. And there will come a three-quarters trap right here.
Interesting. I know Normandy wants to set up their pressure, but you would think they'd want to get a couple guys in the free throw lane because they have the size advantage. You think they might be able to get an offensive rebound, but rather they want to set up a trap and get their pressure going.
Gray will inbound here as Normandy will look to turn over Lakewood once again. That ball goes to the sideline. That has been dangerous for Lakewood, but Grayer's there at the ready. Jabonowski caught the low pass, got it up and in. The sophomore from the corner. Another quick timeout by Coach Kamach. And MJ Grayer went right over to the sophomore and gave him a big chest bump. That was such a nice shot by Drew, and that was not a perfect pass.
Exactly, and that's and you think, man, you don't want him to shoot that one when the pass, because you're not. It takes you out of your rhythm. But Drew got it, brought it up, got it in shooting position, and made a nice jumper.
And we were wondering aloud this week as we were watching practice and talking to the players and the coaching staff, how would they respond to 3 lopsided losses to start the year? Certainly not in a discouraging way. We saw that from the first quarter. But how do you close games when it is the first time you've experienced that? And certainly for Drew Jabonowski, who had anything but a normal year last year for his first year of varsity first year of basketball, no JV experience because of some of the restrictions of players moving up and down. So here he is in his first season on varsity as a sophomore and didn't hesitate to pull the trigger. No. And boy, is Lakewood glad he did.
No, I mean, he's starting as a sophomore, giving big minutes, playing big defensively, and now he's hitting big shots. I mean,
talk about Brush and St. Hed's and Medina and who they can throw on the block, and that's been Drew Jabonowski and MJ Grayer's responsibility, and they have risen to the challenge, and it's paid off tonight.
Yes, it really has, and now the Rangers need to protect the basketball. Just play good defense, get stops, protect the basketball.
Cut, hounding Neerstedt there. Nice pass underneath to Kukrow. He couldn't get it to go, and there's Grayer right on cue to rip that one away. What a rebound by Grayer. Those are the little things that add up to a winning.
That's going to be
for
big.
The Rangers.
Good. Be smart with the ball.
39-34, a 5-point advantage as we near 5 minutes remaining in this one, and what a good one it is. Jabonowski finds it. Hamden running a little bit of a stall, perhaps, as he finds Karan in the corner. He says, enough of that stall. It's Hakeem, the dream, from the corner. And boy, was that a much-needed corner 3, his patented spot this year.
The skip passes today by the Rangers have been impeccable. I mean, they're really finding that skip pass and knocking it down. It's been awesome.
Sometimes a good way to break a trap, sometimes a good way to break a double team. As a timeout will be given, and Coach Kamach is really going to have issue with that one, as it looked like both guys were tied up with one, Pat. And as one of the premier CYO referees in this area, I'm sure you'll have your opinion on that one.
Honestly, I think it's the right call giving the timeout. I think Hakeem did a nice job of knocking it out, but he kind of wrapped around him to get, you could almost call a foul there. But you know what? Give the timeout. We save him from going to the free throw line. This is going to be important. The fouls are 6-1 right now. Rangers got to be smart defensively, not putting these guys on the line while the clock's not running.
Game. Absolutely. And, maybe later down the road when we have a Lakewood Sports Channel Plus, we can have you break down some of these games from the referee angle.
I don't think you want me up there.
Yeah, we always want Pat Hayes beside us on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Nobody better. Nobody more passionate about Lakewood.
Coach Coker of the girls' staff is a better official than I am.
No, don't sell yourself short, Pat, as that one came up short somehow, defying the laws of physics. We'll have to check in with Newcastle owner Dave Hilly and LHS physics teacher about that one, because it looked like 3/4 of the way down. Nice job there by Grayer to go over the to go for the errant Karan miss. And this gym is turning up the volume.
Rangers are doing a good job of rebounding the basketball. Let's not force shots here. I mean, I love a good floater, but in certain situations. Let's get it out, run some clock.
Karan to get this one, 4:29 remaining. Jabonowski finds himself open once again, no good. And Normandy will regain possession, trailing by 8. A couple of big three-pointers from Jabonowski and Karan are the story of this fourth quarter when Normandy was coming back and trailing by 2. Kukrow, nice shot fake to get his man in the air. That one underneath. They're going to call a block and a tough fall underneath as Jabonowski and Kukrow got tangled up down low. Jabonowski pops up first. Kukrow not far behind him, and they will both go to the line. Nice. Tough play. Good to see both of them able to get up quickly there, but boy, was that a tough take by Kukrow.
When we get that Lakewood Sports Channel Plus, I want to get some replays. I thought he got there a little early. Now, he was under the hoop, but high school basketball doesn't have the, circle, so I thought he could have got a charge there.
As Lakewood will wait the results of the Kukral free throw. He knocks in the first one after taking a hard foul.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised here if Coach Kamok might want to burn one here if he makes this free throw, kind of go over. Hey.
As an offensive rebound comes to Normandy. Dunn thought about it for a second, but we can't overstate how big that's going to be. Karan doing a nice job keeping his positioning. Pulled the chair out from under Dunn, and he no longer had a seat at the table. That layup went errant. Jablanowski from the corner once again. That one no good. Nice contest by Gale, and a quick shot by Jablanowski there will give the ball back to Normandy.
And you'll live with that. I mean, he's been hitting shots. I mean, him and Hakeem have been hitting him from the corner, so you'll live with those.
Three-pointer in the corner is no good there by Kukral, and Lakewood will pull it down. I think Coach Kamok will be pleading to slow this one down. Hamden in the corner. He thought about it. Trap coming on Karan. He's in the corner. He gives it to Hamden in the deep corner, and Coach Kamok going to call another 30. They're going to call a full timeout here, and that's going to leave Lakewood with just one timeout remaining and 3:18 remaining in the game. That's going to be a tight rope to walk for Coach Kamok.
It is, but in that situation, you know, you got the ball in the corner. You got a 7-point lead. It's the perfect time. Hey, guys, we only got one timeout left. We got to be smart. We got to let these guys know, let's burn some clock. Let's use this. We're getting stops right now. Let's turn them into either points or let's burn a minute off the clock. I know they're pressuring you. We got to be strong with the basketball, move the ball around, and let's get this win.
Well, this Lakewood crowd has been treated to a good one tonight as Normandy's clawed their way back after a really big deficit in the first quarter. Normandy has outscored Lakewood the rest of the way, and now at a 42-35 game here with just 3 minutes remaining, Normandy's going to do all that they can to fluster.
Yeah, they're going to have active hands, so we got to be strong with the basketball, make smart passes, move without the ball. Let's get this in. I mean, with Gale on the ball, Drew Jablanowski's got to be very strong with a pass. You don't want it to go to the corner.
Get it in on the big man underneath for the Invaders, but he finds Hamden, who takes it out of harm's way. Cut, tried the back cut there, cut off nicely by the Invaders. Really physical play there by Schilling. And as the foul advantage sits at 7-3, you can imagine that there might be a look at how some of these, pressures will be called here going forward.
Yeah, you got to be strong with the basketball because you don't know how, it's going to be called. So just be strong with the ball, rip it through. If they call foul, they call foul. If not, you just got to be strong with the ball.
Nice job by Cut to get to the middle of the floor, and Lakewood doing a nice job spacing it out. Karan finds himself wide open for three. The energy of the ball was really nice on that one, but it couldn't get it to go down. As Hamden finds himself hounded, and they're going to say he picked up his pivot foot, and Coach Kamok is incensed on that one. Can't find a reasoning for that.
Yeah, he was getting a lot of body contact, and I thought he might have got a foul there.
42-35 it sits. 2:30 remaining on the Lakewood Sports Channel, presented by First Federal of Lakewood. Grayer contested the jumper there. No good. He came up with the rebound as well, and Grayer's pushing it. Jablanowski for three, no good. And I'm not sure Coach Kamok's going to have much hair left after this one.
That's not one you love right there in transition. Let's milk a little bit more clock off that thing.
42-35. Normandy's got to get something going here. Dunn launches one, no good. Grayer all alone on the rebound, and it's fouling time for Normandy. Oh,
man. You got to chin that basketball. You not bring it down to the level of the guys.
They were about one more thumb motion away from that one being a jump ball and being very.
I think that's what they called. I think they did call a jump. Did somebody else have a foul? I may have missed
thought
it.
I saw the side referee with his arm up, but I think they did call a jump ball, and boy, that is a disaster for Lakewood when they were trying to foul. A ball thrown away there. Nairstadt was able to get it to Ibrahim.
Can't throw a pocket pass there with your back turned to the defender there.
Timeout by Tony Massa here as Normandy will talk this one over, and so will Lakewood, Pat. We've seen a disjointed end to this one. You just hope Lakewood can hold on for the last minute and 47 seconds.
Honestly, that timeout benefits the Rangers as well. You know, they need to talk it over. You know, the inexperience, you know, is showing a little bit here. You know, Khaled cut, you got to square up and see the floor. You know, that pocket pass, I know you think he's open, but that's what they want you to throw. And you got to square up, see the floor. If you need to reverse it, go ahead and reverse it.
As Lakewood and Normandy are battling it out here. Boy, this has been a great one, Pat. It's been a great evening for Lakewood basketball. We've seen an up-and-down game tonight. Lots of fireworks, and it's all brought to you on the Lakewood Sports Channel by First Federal of Lakewood. They are a proud sponsor of Lakewood High School, and they are rooted in all the communities they serve. First Federal has supported the personal and business banking needs of its customers since 1935. Visit ffl.net to learn more, and we revisit the action on the court with just under 2 minutes remaining here, Pat. And it would take quite the comeback by Normandy, but Lakewood certainly not helping themselves in the second half here.
No, not at all. And the way we turned the ball over going into the half, I mean, we got to be careful.
Ibrahim launches one from three, and that one is good. And a big fist pump from Ibrahim, and well-deserved. He's been on fire this half. Karan, the scooping layup, no good. Rebounds out to Normandy, and Karan went super quick on that one. Gets his hand on that one, and it will be Normandy ball trailing by 4. Lakewood had a 3-on-1 advantage in the forecourt, opted for the layup, and as a result, Normandy will have this one sideline out of bounds with a chance to bring it closer to even.
Yes, it is. And you know what? The layup didn't fall, but credit Hakeem for getting back and getting a deflection.
Nice take underneath, but that layup was short by Schilling. And Grayer throws a cross-court pass up to Karan. Hollenberg's layup is good, and boy, Lakewood style pays off there as they extend the lead to 6. Coach Kamock imploring the Rangers to get back.
Yeah, I thought they were going for an intentional foul there, honestly.
Deep three there, no good. Rebound by Jabonowski. He is hounded, and they're going to call a push from behind. And Lakewood is looking in the driver's seat here, Pat, but I will not say anything until I see triple zeros.
Yes, yeah, I mean, it's nerve-wracking. Yeah, I thought Normandy wanted a foul there because I didn't think they want the leak-out bucket. They didn't call it. That got a little nerve-wracking there.
Hamden gets it. He'll be hounded in the corner. He's looking for an option. Cross-court pass. Jabonowski's by himself. Finds Karan. And now Hollenberg will be fouled.
Still confused sometimes when guys are surprised they got fouled when it's a fouling situation. No.
Certainly no surprise that Normandy is looking to extend this game, trailing by 6 with just 40 seconds remaining. Hamden fouled by Nerstadt, and he will go, one more away from the bonus here.
Yeah, they're tightening it up.
This is a tough one here, being in the backcourt.
And this is where guys that haven't had a lot of, playing time, they got to step up. These guys haven't had a lot of varsity experience. Going to the line in the fourth quarter, knocking down some free throws, is huge. It's it'll really make you mature as a player.
Lakewood hoping to get out of this GLC matchup with a win tonight. It would be the first for the Rangers on the season. It would do a ton to boost the confidence of the purple and gold, as Hamden has a chance to put this one further out of reach with the 1-and-1. First one is up and no good, and that will have a glimmer of hope for the Invaders.
Sprint back, get a stop.
That one is tipped. And Grayer's pleading that he didn't touch it, but they're going to say he did, and Normandy's going to have a sideline out of bounds here. 29.6 remaining, trailing by 6. Normandy, you can bet, is going to try to look for a 3.
Yeah, quickly, don't foul, play smart, straight up defense.
It's Ibrahim who's been hot. That one just off the front iron. Gale works it around. That one, a prayer from Schilling into the arms of Grayer, who heaves it down, and it's gotten.
Good. Ooh.
Oh, boy, was that an interesting sequence as Schilling went up for the jump ball and was able to tip it away. And, boy, Lakewood,
It's like a Hail Mary.
with 10.7 seconds remaining, is certainly trying to bring some more excitement into this one for our viewers at home. We appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. You know.
We also appreciate
Whew.
Lakewood coming out of this one with a win. And as Coach Higgs checks the scorer's table for all the particulars, you know this Lakewood coaching staff has done a good job of handling this lead and really helping the Rangers see this one home.
You know, and this game is really showing the inexperience, but then some flashes of greatness. I mean, Hakeem is knocking down some shots. I mean, we're getting deflections, but then you see, man, that's not so good. We got to be smarter with the basketball. So it's been a roller coaster of a game for the Rangers.
And the Rangers will certainly try to pull this coaster into the station here, leading by 6, just 10 seconds remaining, and it would take quite the miracle on 34th Street to see this one go the Normandy Invaders' way, but never say never on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Normandy
Play
will
smart
inbound,
defense,
sideline, out
don't
of
foul.
bounds.
Just play straight up good basketball right here, boys.
Normandy finds, runs the picket fence for Ibrahim. That one is good. Ibrahim, no doubt about it. He has been impressive in this second half as he lets out a primal scream. Well deserved. The young man has really caught fire from deep.
You know, and that's where it's nice to have other guys. You think Dunn's going to get the ball.
And they set a couple screens for Dunn.
Yeah.
Ibrahim set one of them, and then just like in Hoosiers, got through the picket fence there. Don't get caught watching the paint dry, and Lakewood certainly did there as they were able to give Ibrahim an open look there. And I'll tell you what, you know, Dunn's done his best tonight to keep Normandy in this one, but it's been Ibrahim that's brought him back. And certainly we talked about not losing him. Unfortunately, that was the case there, and now it's a three-point game.
Correct, yeah, we've kind of caught Dunn on an off night, but other guys have stepped up for the Invaders. Now for the Rangers, you got 7.9. You can run the baseline as an inbounder. You have one timeout. You got to be smart with it. Coach Kalmach is going to be ready to call a timeout if he has to. But get the ball inbounded. They're going to foul you right away. Or they're going to go for a steal, but don't need to pass it. You have 7.9. You get 10 seconds in the backcourt.
As the student section comes alive here at Lakewood High School. 3 points separate the Invaders and the Rangers. 7.9 seconds separate us from the end of this one. As Lakewood will run their inbounds play, and they did it a little early. Drabinowski doesn't have the ball.
I think they were switching a couple spots.
Hamden ahead to Grayer. Grayer all alone. He'll dribble this one out. Well, with 2.2 seconds remaining, Normandy is able to catch up with it. And with a trip to the line for Grayer to shoot the 1-and-1. Normandy, no timeouts left.
No timeouts.
It is a 44-41 lead for the Rangers.
Coach Kalmach imploring MJ to jump stop and stop dribbling. We don't want to, cause a turnover, but you know what? Foul, knock down a free throw, and get, hopefully both of them.
As Grayer lines up the biggest free throws of the night. First one is up and no good. He got his own rebound. MJ Grayer puts this one on ice, and it ends like it started. MJ Grayer all over the boards.
We might have got away with one. He might have got a lane violation. You have to wait till it hits if you're the shooter.
And Normandy is pleading their case with the officials, but I see two walking off. I see the final one gone.
Hey, we'll take it.
And they are going to call this one official in the scorebook. It's Lakewood's first win of the season, 44-41. What a great game. What a great game by the Rangers to close this one out.
Yeah, it was an awesome team win, and it was go Rangers.
As we brought you a really exciting one tonight, we're hoping to get Akeem Karan here on the Lakewood Sports Channel to wrap this one up. And man, what a tough finish by the Rangers here to close this one out. And a really nice job by the Rangers to find their first win of the night. And joining me in the booth here on the Lakewood Sports Channel I don't think anybody worked harder than this guy tonight. It's Akeem Karan. And Akeem, man, that was a tense ending there, but I don't think you had any doubt.
Yeah, the whole game we were just trying to get the ball up the court and finish. Like really just stay off 2 feet and just finish. And
we talked about that this week coming to practice. You know, the importance of talking. We talked about it in the Ranger recap. Got to play off 2 feet. Got to take care of the ball, and got us in trouble a little bit down the stretch. But boy, you and the rest of the team did a nice job of handling the comeback by Normandy because it was fierce.
Yeah, man, we just lucky to just have the ball at the end and just do what we got to do to get the W. So yeah.
I got to get a glimpse into your mind in the first quarter there. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen you that hot.
Oh.
And I know it's been a tough start to the year shooting-wise for you from deep. You've done a nice job offensively, but boy, you were unconscious.
Yeah, I was just confident. I just knew, like, if I'm confident, I'm going to make the shot. So it's just this whole year, I'm going to just be confident now and just knock down the threes.
Well, Lakewood is better for it, and I've seen you after practice with Coach Higgs getting your extra shots up, and I know that gives you confidence from deep to knock those open shots down.
Yes, it do. Coach Higgs always rebound, giving me them shots, and it just translates to games, so I'm proud of him. I'm happy with him and everything.
Well, I think they want to give you a water bottle shower in the locker room here at number 10. Great job tonight, man. Thanks for joining us on here. Did a great job. Way to bring home the first one. As I'm joined back by Patrick Hayes. Wow, what an impressive young man Hakeem Karan is, and what an impressive performance he had out there for the Rangers.
He really did. He played really hard. I mean, hit some big shots. Awesome to see him hitting some shots when they haven't been falling earlier in the season.
Boy, that was a tight one at the end there, Pat. A possible lane violation, some turnovers there at the end for the Rangers. But at the end of the day, when we go back in the scorebook at the end of the year, we'll say this one was the first notch in the belt for the Rangers. They did a great job tonight of handling Normandy's comeback. They are now 1-0 in the GLC East, and as far as Coach Kamak and those running Rangers are concerned, that's all they want to be.
A win is a win. Yeah, any way you cut it up. And, they battled, and sometimes you're like, man, oh, man. But, hey, like we said, inexperience, there's going to be some roller coasters, and they were able to come out on top.
And we are certainly glad you could join us at home for this one. For Danny Arth behind the camera, and at halftime, such a great job tonight by Arth with his All-Stars at half. For Patrick Hayes on the mic, and for Grant Graves bringing you the play-by-play. It was a fun one. It was a winner, and we want you to have a good night. Go Rangers.
Go Rangers.